Hello and welcome to another video for myatmm.com. It's time to look for some transactions to track or some new positions to get into. So let's get right to it. Here we are at the web application myatmm.com and just got logged in, so we're sitting on the dashboard. A new page that we have added to the web application I wanted to share with you guys is we now have the option search page. So if we just go to this option search page, what it will do is it will load up all of the symbols that you have added in the covered calls screen. So if you want to add new stock symbols to the option search or even the covered call search, or if you want to remove them, you need to come over here to the covered call screen. So right here is where you'll add any new symbols you want to add. And if you don't want one of the symbols to be tracked, you just click the delete icon. That'll delete it from your list. And anyway, that keeps your ongoing list of ticker symbols that you're basically just tracking for analysis. It'll pull this information for you. So anyway, that's where all of these stock symbols are coming from, is from any that you've added or removed over in the covered calls screen. So they all work from the same list. So as you'll notice, this is similar to the other screen, only it's much more targeted, meaning it breaks out the calls and puts, and it also shows you all of the strikes that are coming up. I think within the next 2 weeks, it'll go out 14 days and show you the next 2 weeks. But as you'll notice, is we got some April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. That's because in the list of ticker symbols that I'm tracking in this account, it actually has ticker symbols that have daily options in it, like SPY, and there's some other ones that have some daily options. So that's why you're seeing all these expirations. So what you can do is, like, just look at your calendar. If you're only interested in weeklies, then you can go out to the next day that's on the weekly. So that would be the 5th, and you can actually filter down and say, we just want to look at ones that have expirations on the 5th. And that'll filter down the list for all calls and puts that are on the 5th. Also, right now it's showing all option types. If you were just looking for calls, you could just filter down to calls, and that would show you only the calls that are expiring April 5th. Or like we like to do a lot is look for cash secured puts positions, so we can do puts, and that'll show us all of the puts that are coming up for a specific expiration. And if we wanted to look at all of them, you could just do all, and that'd show you all the expirations that are coming up, and you could sort it by symbol. So there you go. And also, if you were only interested in a specific symbol, say we were only looking for options that are doing for SPY, and let's do QQQ, and so there you press enter, and that'll filter down for just puts, because that's all we're looking for. We're looking for all expirations for just those two symbols, and it'll filter down just for that list. So it's a way just to analyze and dissect the data, and I think it gives you a more targeted approach of filtering and looking for options compared to the covered calls analysis screen. All right, so let me back out this real quick. We still want to just look at puts for now, and I do want to just focus on the upcoming weekly expiration. You'll notice that this thing still says 500 plus. It caps out at 500 records that will be displayed at one time, and that's mainly just for performance, because once you get more than that, it starts getting really sluggish on the screen. You'll notice these high-level filters at the very top. Sometimes you like to filter down to only look at the analysis of positions that you're currently in. So anything that you have an ongoing position in play over on cost basis, if you click this toggle, it'll filter down to just those. In this demo account, I don't think we have any active positions, so I think it'll go down to 0, which it does. So there's nothing currently showing. This aristocrat, if you hover over it, you can see dividend king or aristocrat. That basically, those are all of the stock ticker symbols that are either a dividend king or aristocrat. So if you want to focus on just those, you would filter down to just those. So you can see there's only 35 showing, and then you could focus on just those if you wanted to. So let me take that off. If you wanted to just filter down to all dividend paying stocks or ETFs, then you could actually just click that. You'll notice how it's filtering down, went down to 335. If you wanted to look just for ETFs, you could filter down to just for that. And also, if you just want to focus on S&P 500 stocks, you could filter down to just that. And you can combine these if you want. It's just some of them will veto out the other ones. So it's like the only thing that's in the S&P 500 that's also an ETF, I think, is SPY. So if you do both of those, okay, see, it doesn't even show anything. And it's So let me take that back out. I thought SPY showed up, but it does not. Let me do all. Okay, so there you go. There's something that was eliminating that. Let's see here. So yeah, even dividend paying, and see even S&P. So it is possible for some of these arrangements to show up. It's just only April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and 4th showed up for some reason. Maybe I'll have to look into that. But in any case, you get the idea. So let's take all those off. Let's take SPY off. And again, go back to the expiration of April 5th. And you can also get even more interesting with this, like the minimum bid price. So you can sort by this column first off. So if you wanted to only look for a minimum bid price of anything that's over 50 cents, you could put that in, and that'll filter down a list. It was 500 plus, went down to 308. And then also say we only want to focus on things that have greater than, or a minimum ROI of at least 0.65%. You could press that, filter down, it went down a little bit more. Also, minimum stock price, we only want to look at stocks that are lower than 10 bucks. We'll see if any exist. So you can press 10, max stock price of 10. Okay, there's 3 of them out there that you could start looking at. And that's quite interesting. Look at these, man. ROI is 82%. That's nuts. 86%, 10%. So anyway, some of these are kind of out there. And that's because they're lower price stock. Probably really say, I don't know about those. Anyway, it's just a way to present the data that's being queried. So you can probably get some interesting results depending on what you're looking at or looking for. So let's do 15. And let's also filter out anything less than 5 bucks. Anything less than 10. So there we go, $10 to $15. And here's the ones that are in that price range. ROIs are still up there. On the lower amounts, it's easier to get higher ROIs because they're not doing too much for the bids. Anyway, just looking over here. Oh, yes. Also, on the stock symbols, not the ETFs, the earnings don't work on the ETFs, but the earnings for stocks will be available. So if you're looking for positive or negative, you can filter out those too. Let me just back out all of these to kind of reset them just to show you. So if we were looking for puts expiring now, earnings positive, so there you can filter down that list and get a good list of those. So anyway, this is all here for you guys to now start using. You can look for the highest dividends, the highest yields, just to give you some indication of a stock to go look at. This information is not real time. It is delayed, so you'd have to go to your trading platform to get live real time information about a particular stock. But this will help you filter out and narrow down to a target stock to start looking at, possibly trading with. But anyway, this new screen's out there live, available now for you guys to start using. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go out today to myatmm.com and get your free account so you can start tracking your own transactions. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.